Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Howard Glazer, Director of State Operations. Today the Governor activated the State Emergency Operations Center. We're here today with a number of the state agency leads and commissioners who are responsible for emergency planning and response for the state in the wake of this storm. With us are Jerry Howard, the Commissioner of the Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, Tom Prendergast, who is the Interim Executive Director of the MTA, Gil Quinones, President and CEO of the New York Power Authority, Joan McDonald, Commissioner of the Department of Transportation, Joseph D'Amico, Superintendent of the New York State Police, Captain Jamie Kaminsky from the New York State Police, and Lieutenant Colonel Jim Gagno from the New York National Guard. You'll hear first from the Governor with an overview of some steps that we're taking today, and then Tom Prendergast will give us a specific update on the transit and transportation systems.
Great. Well, you've heard of Finding Nemo. It seems like Nemo has found us. As everyone knows, we're expecting a severe winter storm, but nothing more than a severe winter storm. We've been preparing for it for a number of days now. I've been talking to local elected officials all across the state who are prepared. The storm will affect the New York City area. It will probably hit Long Island even worse, Suffolk bearing the brunt of it, and the eastern part of the state up north as the storm goes up towards New England. I'm going to declare a state of emergency effective this afternoon, which gives the state more flexibility and local governments more flexibility in dealing with this situation. I want to thank all the state officials who have been working with their local counterparts all across the state to get ready for today. In terms of the MTA, you'll hear from Mr. Prendergast, but they have more trains on LIRR and Metro North. We encourage people to get home as soon as practicable. If you can leave work early, that would be a good thing, and the trains will be there, the service will be available. The MTA expects to remain operational. If the storm got really bad, then we would take measures to protect the equipment like we've done in the past, but we don't anticipate that for this storm at this time. Airports, 2,300 flights have been canceled. The airports are planning on closing early, some as early as 4 o'clock, JFK about 6 o'clock, so if you had any plans, obviously in that regard, you should check. We are monitoring the power outages. There are approximately 3,000 people who have lost their power, primarily served by Con Ed. The New York Power Authority has extra personnel on duty to help with power outages. In sum, this is a serious, severe storm, a winter storm, but we just went through some really terrible storms with Hurricane Sandy. We are not anticipating anything like that. That's the good news. So, severe winter storm, a lot of shoveling, stay indoors. If you can, get home. But we've been through worse than what we're talking about, so it's all relative at the end of the day. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Prendergast, who will tell us about the MTA.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. Subway service is running normal right now. We have all the equipment out there. We have had a lot of snow fighting equipment, de-icing equipment on both New York City Transit subways and the commuter railroads. We've asked people to take early departures if they can in the commuter railroad so they can get out of harm's way well in advance of where the worst part of the storm comes later this evening, and we urge them to do so. The buses, it's the same thing, and we expect that we'll be able to carry all those people home. But the early departure is working very well. We'd like people to continue doing that. At the end of the evening, when we lay up equipment, we'll do it underground and protect it. And then after 8 o'clock, as snowfalls approach 10 to 13 inches, we may have temporary suspensions of service to clear track, things of that nature. So that's only essential travel should be at that time. We expect to be able to get through the storm, as the Governor said, but if you take care and travel early, it'll be better for you.
Great. Well said. Any questions? Great. That was a thorough and exhaustive briefing. We'll keep you informed as the evening goes on. Again, if there's a change in the weather pattern, then we'll come forward with more information, but we don't anticipate that. And again, all preparations have been in place. And bundle up, keep yourself safe, a little common sense, and we'll get through this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.